Well, you see this dumbass phone? My smart cat figured it out. Nah, actually, I wish he did. He was trying to step on the little screws and stuff when I was taking it apart. You know, I was looking up on the internet. It's a HTC 4G. It's an older phone, right? And I don't feel like getting another smartphone. I mean, you keep offering these things for nothing and stuff. I don't go on contracts. You know, once I pay up the 2-year damn thing, I don't go contracts. I don't give a shit. And I can go grab one on eBay or something. But I figured, you know, what the hell's wrong with this thing? And at first I was thinking it wasn't ringing, right? It wasn't ringing. I was thinking, what a freaking stupid smartphone. It don't ring. And, you know, I'm looking on the internet, and this is an HTC 4G, but it's a lot of them are like this. Actually, a lot of them don't ring. But what it is, it's not software, it's hardware. What's going on is when you're pulling off the back of the phone and pulling out the battery and resetting it, all this garbage, doing a soft reset or a recovery reset and all this kind of garbage on the phone, what's really going on, and it took me a while to figure this out, you're actually kind of jiggling up some of the hardware that's in there. It's like they got these little contacts in the back of the speaker, and I put some. What I did was I just changed the speaker, and it still didn't work. But what happened was, it works now though. What happened was the speaker wasn't sitting in there tight enough to make the two contacts on the back of on a board touch the other board. Like there's two contacts on the back of the speaker. You can look up how you take these speakers out, but you know what I did? I just shimmed it up. I just put a freaking piece of plastic in there, and it's like, you know, what do you just hit a button here? You hear it. Yeah, so it makes noise, right? It rings, fine, right? Cat's wondering what the hell that noise is. What's that noise here, Putin? But, you know, cool, right? So, you know, I don't really give a shit if it sounds perfect or not. I don't care about this stuff, to tell you the truth. These smartphones are asinine. They're good for, like, maybe the camera. I use that sometimes for inventory and stuff. I don't even use it for YouTube, actually. It's a piece of garbage. It's a even though they say 5 megapixels on a stupid cell phones, they're not that great. You know, the lighting sucks, but yeah, it really is. A lot of times these freaking, you know, everybody's going nuts trying to figure out what's wrong with the speaker. It's not just this HTC. I've seen it on iPhones. I've seen it on Samsungs. It's hardware. A lot of times there's like something not making contact. That's all it is. And what happens is all this stuff in there is plastic. So like the plastic that's holding it together, I don't know, it just loses a little more power or strength. You gotta like make sure the speaker's making contact. That's what it is. It just sits in there. It doesn't like plug into something physically. It just lays in. Like there's a, you know, I don't want to pull the damn thing apart again because I fixed it, right? But it just lays in there. It just lays in there. It's glued to the back of one board, like with not glue. It's like not a glue, but like a tape adhesive, that type. And when you sandwich the two boards together, the side that isn't like it has an adhesive on it, there's the other side has the two contacts of the speaker sticking out, and it just touches the contacts on the other board. Well, if it's not touching tight enough, it don't ring. That's all. That's all it is. And I saw, going back for years, man, there's been all kinds of stuff on the internet why this phone doesn't ring. But it's not just this phone, it's a lot of them. It's not software, man. You're thinking it's software because you're pulling out the battery, you're resetting the phone, but when you're doing that is you're jiggling something around inside. That's why it'll work for a while. It's hardware, man, and it's not even a major hardware issue. It's something just not making contact. It's simple, man. So, hi, cat. Answer the phone. You know? I don't know. I might leave one of these aggravating rings on here. Aggravating rings usually help you answer the phone, but right? So that's what it is. And looking back over the years, I mean, it's probably the speaker. Like I'll say it again, the speaker is probably just not making contact. There's a speaker that on all these damn phones, the outside ringer speaker is not buried in a phone that deep. It's just sandwiched between two boards, and on one side it's like kind of like stuck in there with a tape, like sort of a tape, and the opposite side, it just like when the two boards are like screwed together, the contact is made with the speaker to the other board. And if those boards kind of like the plastic gets a little like warped or something from sitting in the heat, it doesn't make good contact, and that's it. So I put a piece of plastic behind it to shim it up to make it stick on there better, and it works. You know, after I changed the speaker and I found out it didn't work, I said, wait a minute, something's wrong here, man. Something else is wrong. Simple, man. God, but nobody's posting this shit. Well, if you got questions, I'll explain it, because I kind of explained it. I don't want to pull this shit apart again because I fixed it, you know, but it's the little speaker. It's a little square speaker. You know, I already freaking threw the other one out. It's got like 2 contacts on the speaker. The one side that doesn't have the contacts has like a tape. That sits on a board. And then you sandwich the 2 boards together with the screws, like this whole thing has a board in there. The opposite side without the tape, the 2 contacts go to the other 2 contacts on the other board, and if that's not making good contact, it doesn't ring. So you put a little shim between the speaker to make sure those 2 contacts are tightly against that board, and you're good to go. That's what it is. It's not, and I was thinking it was software. The phone company was screwing with me. To tell you the truth, I thought, like, I was getting mad. I said, I'm definitely not buying a phone, because every time I reset this thing, it works. It must be when they're freaking doing an update on the phone. That's what I was thinking, okay? I was thinking every time they did an update on the phone, they made the ringer stop working. That's what I was thinking. A lot of people were thinking that, too. But you know what was going on? It wasn't that. It would just stop working because it would get loose after a while where the contacts were. You know, so... And then I was getting really pissed off, and I was saying, I ain't never buying another phone because these guys are playing games. Well, maybe I will buy a phone now, but after I fixed it. But I don't really need one right now. But, you know, that's what it is. Stupid speakers not making contact. Simple.